What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Aydian here. This is episode number 2 of FTM Beards. I am super busy today, but I woke up early to make this video for you guys because I promised that I would get this series going. So I want to at least put up a video once a week specific to FTM Beards. This specific video, we are going to be going over how to trim / sculpt your beard with a electric trimmer, and also we're going to touch super briefly how to actually make your hair look a little longer, like maybe if you have a patchy spot, how to cover that up. So if you're interested in any of that stuff, stay tuned because we're diving into the episode right now. Okay, so what I have set up here is I have my electric trimmer right here, boom, and then I also have all the pieces I'm going to be using. So today I will be using just the straight, just like the razor. It's not like the actual trimmer, right? No guard. It's pretty much, I guess this would be considered like I think this is considered like a 0 or a 1, but it's not bald, so I almost wish it made it bald, but it doesn't quite. So this is the no guard, just the straight up razor. You want to shave your face. Then we're going to be using this, which is the actual trimmer, which is this is the trimmer guard, and on the side of this, like you saw in episode 1, they have the numbers on the side here. So the numbers on here are pretty much which gauge you want to do. So if you want to do a trim, a 1, a 2, a 3, that type of thing. Then I also have the nose trimmer, and we'll go over that super quick in this video today too. Okay, so I've got you guys kind of in my mirror so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And today, like I said earlier, what I want to do is I want to sculpt my beard, which pretty much means I want to clean up the tops and the bottom. So there's a couple of different ways you can do this. Now, as you can tell, I've obviously had my beard trimmed and sculpted before, so I do kind of have where my old line was, right here. I'm going to be following this old line, but what do you do if you don't have that? What if this is the first time ever, right? So there's a few different ways that you can do the bottom neck of your beard. Of course, you could always do it however you want. I'm just saying these are kind of the more traditional ways to do so. So what I'll do is I'll put on my, we're just gonna call this the straight trimmer. I'm gonna put this guy on, the naked guy. Should figure out the names for these things. And so the first one you can do is, if you look at my beard, you can kind of see there's 2 spots that come down. There's a spot here and a spot here. So one way you can do is, if you want really big, thick looking beard, you can cut just right along this line so that it's even here, right? So I'm gonna match this dip to this dip, so I'm pretty much cutting off these. I'll show you. So I'm just gonna trim up until it's even. One trick I also do is I tend to use the razor both, the trimmer both ways, one way and this way. So up and down. It's just a preference. Going down hurts a little bit more, and when I go to trim, I always stretch the skin a little bit. As you can see how I stretch the skin out? You can see the hair better that way too. So I'm literally just going so that it's a nice straight line based on the lowest part here, knocking off these pieces. Boom, that's it. Now, of course, it's not that drastic because you can still tell that I have this line here, but as you can see, it's straight here now. Just goes like this, all the way across. Now, yes, it's looking red, but it doesn't hurt by any means. It does not hurt. So that's one way to do it, right? So now you just kind of have this straight line underneath. And so I see a lot of guys who have really thick, big beards, they'll do kind of this thing where it's down here, okay? Personally, I really like the jawline. I like to emphasize the jawline. So what I like to do is I like to follow my jawline. So if you don't want to do kind of the big beard underneath, right, you can kind of go a little higher up to your jawline. This can get a little bit tricky because if you go too low and you go like here, it'll make your chin look extra long. I don't know how to explain that, but it's just true. It makes your chin look extra long. And if you go too close up here, then it just like, the beard kind of sits on top of your face instead of being your face, if that makes any sense. So what you're gonna see me do is I'm gonna follow this line. I like to get as close to my jawline as I can without actually it going over my jawline. You see, this would be under my jawline and this would be over my jawline. So under, over. So I'll go to right underneath it, right there. And what I'll normally do is, to start, is I will trace the outline first, and then I will continue getting the rest. So I'll trace the outline first, then I'll get the rest in between. And again, I'm pulling my skin back like this, okay? Alright, so you see how I did that and how I kind of did the top first, and now you've got all this hair below? Now I'll go back and do it again, and I'll get all that hair. Now, as you can see, I was using the trimmer this way. Now I'm going to go back and use it this way and that way and all different kind of ways to get the hair, because my hair and most people's hair, it grows at all different angles. It doesn't all grow one particular way. Alright, awesome. I think it looks great. Now, a lot of people freak out about trying to make it perfectly straight. You don't, it doesn't have to be 100 million zillion % straight, because, you know, just like this, it's not perfectly straight, but it's straight enough where you can't really tell that it's not straight, right? You can go in and try to perfect it, but what I've noticed is the more perfect I try to make it, the more I mess it up. So really quick, after the bottom half, I'll do the sides, as you can see, kind of right here and right here. So I'll do those next super quick. I'm just gonna pull the skin close to my cheek, right into my lips, and then I'm just gonna follow it down, just like that. And then I'll do the other side. I like doing this also because it kind of just gives it that really crisp line over here. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay, so now that the bottom is done, we're gonna do the top. And the top can be kind of the fun, extra fun part, right? So a lot of people like to sculpt differently. What I'm gonna suggest to you is a natural look, and that means pretty much just following your own hairline, how your hair grows in. So if you're still growing your facial hair and it's not fully in yet, maybe you don't have anything here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go all the way down and make kind of like a chin strap type of thing, right? So go all the way down here. So as you can see, my hairline kind of goes down, straight, down again, okay, on both sides. Down, straight, down. Kind of have this little dip right here. And it's slightly patchy in the very tops. Not so much this side, but this side is a little patchy up here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to literally just follow the line like this, straight down, across, and back down. Also, fun little thing about hormones and growing a beard, my beard actually grows all the way up to my eyes. I actually trim all the way up here, so you'll see me trim all the way up to my eye and down. Again, anytime I'm sculpting, I really like to hold it this way. It's just a preference, it's just kind of how I like to do it. And again, pulling the skin always helps. A quick little trick too is if I see a hair that I really want to get and I can't quite get it, I kind of blow out my face and it kind of stretches the skin even more, and then usually I can get that extra hair. Alright, cool. So as you can see, now what I notice a lot of guys do is they try to make this, and the only problem with that is that if you mess it up, you kind of like mess it up on one side, then you try to fix it on the other, then you try to fix it on the other. Next thing you know, you've pretty much lost all your hair because you've just been going shorter and shorter and shorter trying to even it out. Just, you know, go with your natural hairline. It's okay, it'll look cool. Not all of us have super thick beards where you're gonna have some really cool, like, harsh lines. You know, I know that it looks really cool, but sometimes, you know, we just aren't blessed with that type of hair. So now that we've done the bottom and the tops, we're gonna quickly do the mustache and around the lips, and then we'll go on to actually trimming it. Pretty much when it comes to the mustache and around the lips, I don't shave this or anything, but I like to shave on the sides, as well as you can see, the hair kind of overflows on the lip. I like to get that too. And then personally, my hair likes to grow like really close up into my nose, so I like to do a little line on top too. How I do the lips is I literally just press once here, 1, 2, 3, just like that. I let the trimming do the work really. Okay, then I go around the corners and get the bottoms. I'll use my tongue sometimes to push it out, just because I like this guy and I don't want to accidentally hit him. Now I'll do the top. And the top, I just literally, again, I let this do the work. I pull my lip down, and then I just go 1, 2, 3. And then I just kind of clean it up. Great, so now that we've got the whole beard shaped and sculpted, we're going to go ahead and